McDonald's or Chick-fil-A? Oldsmobile or Lexus? Any online shopping center or Amazon, right? Like there's getting the job done, but then there's a life-changing experience. In this video, we're gonna talk about why only teaching subjects is not enough, and make sure you stick around to the end so I can show you what to do instead. What's going on, everybody, and welcome to the Pursuit of Excellence family. I'm Daryl Williams, and I'm here to help you maximize student growth by developing their life skills, mindset, and character. And today, we're talking about how to take your teaching from good to great. In the opening, I mentioned a couple of comparisons, like McDonald's and Chick-fil-A. We're familiar with both of them, but McDonald's will get the job done, right? They have burgers, they have fries, they have a fish sandwich, like they have things on their menu, but Chick-fil-A, come on somebody, Chick-fil-A is just different. I can't even remember the last time I went to McDonald's, but I know when I look over there and I see a line, I'm like, there's no way I'm waiting in line for McDonald's. You know what I'm saying? But if I go to Chick-fil-A, sometimes the line will be 3 rows deep and wrapped around the building. I still get in line because Chick-fil-A is just that good. The food is great. The quality is amazing. The customer service is fantastic. Like, anytime I go there, I feel like a better person. You know what I'm saying? And I don't get that experience at McDonald's. When I walk into McDonald's, my feet get stuck to the floor. You know what I mean? There's a difference between just getting the job done and providing a life-changing experience. And education is no different. Sure, you can just get the job done by teaching the subject area. I mean, that's cool. That's better than somebody who can't teach the subject area. I'm proud that you know your content and that you can teach that subject area. But we're trying to move away from just getting the job done and to truly be a transformational teacher. Like, very few lives have been transformed because this person was taught how to fill in the blanks on the periodic table. Very few. There are not a lot of acceptance speeches that go like, I just want to thank my 3rd grade teacher, Miss Blanks, because she taught me the difference between a simile and a metaphor. I don't know where I'd be without you. There's not a lot of acceptance speeches that go like that. Now, I'm sure that they're grateful that they learned that subject matter, but teachers that change lives know that students matter. See, good teachers are going to teach subjects, but great teachers teach students. Great teachers know that it's not enough to pursue the pacing guide when students need to know how to prioritize. It's not enough to cultivate the content when students need to know how to communicate confidently. It's not enough to stick to the standards when students need to know how to stand for what matters. It's not enough to be a good teacher and teach subjects. You need to be a great teacher and teach students. Teach students how to pass more than just a test. Teach students how to stand in the face of adversity. Teach students the skills that they need to be successful human beings. And I'm so glad that you're here today, because I'm going to give you one practical step that you can use to take your practice to the next level. But before we get into that, check out this amazing article linked in the description below. It was written this year, and it talks all about how to take your teaching to the next level and get students the skills that they need to be successful human beings, more so than just your subject area. Now, if I give you the title, it's going to give away my main point, but I give it to you anyway. The article is titled, Why We Should Be Teaching Life Skills in School in 2021. And that's my main point. We need to be teaching students life skills. Now, in an upcoming video, I'm going to talk about which life skills to prioritize and how to fit that in with the content that you already teach. But I'm talking about teaching stress management, budgeting, time management, conflict resolution, and so many more. See, we became educators to change lives, and honestly, the quadratic formula is not gonna cut it. It's not. Like, tell me when outside of school, after they finish school, students are gonna need that quadratic formula. And don't give me anything about NASA, because we have calculators now, right? When are students going to need the quadratic formula? If you have a student in your class that has a dream of being a hairdresser, why does that student need to know the 4th president of the United States? Now, don't hear me say something I'm not. I'm not saying to ignore your state standards. I'm not saying content doesn't matter. I'm not saying your subject area is not important. That is, and you need to do that. Students need that knowledge. They need that information, but they also need skills to apply that knowledge, to apply what you're giving them, to apply those critical thinking skills that you're building within them. So teaching life skills in addition to your content is what's going to take your practice to the next level. My push here is for you to figure out, how can I take the subject area that I'm teaching and fuse it with the skills that students need to be successful members of society. Even the most effective instruction that teaches your content is only going to give them enough to pass your class, right? To pass the grade level, to make them a better student. But In those dark nights when somebody's feeling stressed and overwhelmed and depressed and worthless and contemplating suicide, what saves them is not thinking about things like place value, but thinking about things like where to place value. And those are the skills that we can build within them, because those are the things that change and save lives. In the next video, I'm going to tell you my favorite life skills that you have to teach to all students. So make sure you subscribe so you don't miss that. But in the meantime, check out this video that I mentioned earlier talking about why we do all this in the first place. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.